Hey guys, what is up? It is No Help and welcome back to another video today. If you guys do like the video, make sure to hit the thumbs up, and if you like, consider subscribing for more. Anyways, on with the video. Now, this video is not a joke. I was actually thinking about it the other day and thinking about a video idea to do, and this one sounded perfect because I was always told when I was a kid that playing video games are bad for you, and playing games in general are just bad when you could, be out doing other things. And today I want to decide if playing Runescape is actually good for you. Now, being serious, playing any type of game for an extended amount of time is obviously not good or healthy for you. But let me tell you, there is a lot worse games you could be playing. Pretty much every other game when I think about it and comes to my mind is a lot more of a waste of time, or you don't learn anything, or you know what I mean. With RuneScape, there's so many things that you learn. And I'm being genuinely serious. If it wasn't for RuneScape, I don't think I would have went ahead to college and got myself a business degree. Whoa, yeah, seriously, that's what I'm saying. This game teaches you so many values and things that other games just do not provide. I'm sure there's some exceptions out there, and I know for a fact that RuneScape isn't the only one, but from a young age, you learn so many things that can relate to real life that it makes you change your perspective. Probably the number one thing that you learn from RuneScape is the value of time and the value of money. Most games are quick, easy dopamine rushes, point and click, or you know what I mean, like first person shooter games where you just sit there, get a quick kill and you get that instant dopamine rush. And yes, those games are a lot of fun, but you really don't learn anything on them besides on how to maybe, use a controller or use your mouse and keyboard. And I know there's some value to those games where, you learn leveling and you learn progression and stuff like that, but not even close to the amount that you would learn from RuneScape. You learn that things do not happen overnight. You learn that if you want something, it takes a lot of time, and blood, sweat, and tears have to be dripped into it in order for you to achieve it. You don't just wake up successful. You don't just wake up with a max cape. If you want something, you have to go out of your way and grind and, really put in the work and the dedication in order to get that. For example, most games that you buy for console, you can beat them if you played them as much as we played RuneScape. You could beat pretty much any console game in less than a week, the story mode or whatever anyways, you know what I mean? And, you just get your quick little bit of dopamine rush. I mean, some of the graphics and things like that are awesome, and don't get me wrong, that's another topic for another video, but that's it, you know what I mean? You get your instant gratification, you get the dopamine rush, and you always feel like you're, the best, you're number one. Pretty much every game, and yeah, there are some parts of this with RuneScape, like every story mode where you're the hero and you always save the day, and you pretty much don't do anything. You click a couple of buttons, you do some bullshit combat system that's like the evolution of combat, and then, you know what I mean, you win, and that's the entire game. But with something like RuneScape, like for learning the Inferno, for example, that will take you so much time, so much dedication. You need to learn everything. You need to get into the, in depths of the game, and you need to learn, and, you're going to fail. You're going to fail 100 times before you get your Inferno cape, and no other game is like that. And don't get me wrong, like I said, those types of games are a lot of fun, but they're just instant gratification, and that's it, you know what I mean? There's no work involved, there's no, learning. I mean, there's somewhat of learning, I can't say that for all games, but with RuneScape, you have to learn everything in such detail, and you need to work for things, like especially playing in Ironman mode, for example, you really have to work for things, and that's why I play Ironman, so it's more of a challenge. And like I started talking about, you learn the value of time, you know what I mean? Pretty much everything on this game is calculated per hour. How much gold can I make per hour? How much, XP can I get per hour? And that's very similar to real life. Like, how much am I getting paid per hour at my job? And is this worth it or not? And then if it's not worth it, you switch up the method. You train somewhere else. You get another job. You see what I'm saying here? But you got to think, we all started playing this game when we're 9, 10 years old, 11 years old. And we learned this at such a young age that we, realized the value of time. We realized the value of money. You know what I mean? When you're a kid, when you have like 2 mil bank and you want to go buy that item you want, you think twice. You're like, this took so much time for me to gain all this money. And that is really reflected on me in the real world. I know a lot of kids my age, I'm 21, so I know a lot of kids my age are really, instant, they just get their paycheck and they spend it right away. And I save a lot of my money. I try my best to save as much money as possible, and I don't spend them on quick dopamine rushes, you know what I mean? I save them for something either big and better or, just for the future because, I worked hard for that money. I don't want to just blow it. And where did I learn this? Runescape, not school, not college, not by my parents. I learned this from playing Runescape. And same with your time. You value your time so much more. There's so many times where whenever I have a day off of work or a day off or whatever, I just want to be efficient with my time all the time and get the most possible that I can get done that day, whether it be filming and recording a couple of videos, whether it be, going and working on my side job or, whatever it is, like spending time with my family. I want to try to fit it all into my days off. And, I don't have that lazy mentality. I'd rather just do it all and get as much done as possible. And I think that is obviously from RuneScape because, I didn't learn that from Minecraft or Call of Duty or Fortnite. Another thing is this game teaches you progression. You know what I mean? Like when you're going towards something like a career, you don't just get it overnight. You have to really work for it. Same with the value of money and value of time. You really have to work for it. Getting your college degree, getting your promotion in your job, that's progress. It comes over time. And, with games where you just instant dopamine rush, you're not just going to instantly, become a manager at your workplace or, whatever it is. You're not just going to become successful in your business. It takes time and it teaches you progression. And I know a lot of games teach you progression. Even something like Farmville teaches you progression, but RuneScape's on another universe. It teaches you about relationships and trust. Back in the day before Ironman mode and, when everyone was a main account, before the Grand Exchange, you'd be coming up to somebody and trading them. You got to realize that there are scammers out there like in the real world. You got to be really careful. You got to, make sure that you can trust people, and it's a scary world out there, same as it is in RuneScape, you know what I mean? You got to be cautious at all times, make sure you don't get scammed, and make sure you can build relationships with people. I remember before the Grand Exchange on the Zybez website, there were so many people that I contacted for all the time for buying materials like logs or raw supplies for the game, and I built a relationship with them like a real business partner, you know what I mean? I would want their products and they would supply. And this is exactly what real life is, and it's what's got me so much into, business in real life. And what better game to teach you math as a young kid? XP, GP, everything in this game is numbers. Even drop rates is percentages, you know what I mean? And you learn this at such a young age, and there's so many different calculations you can do in this game to figure out how to make your XP per hour quicker, and every single thing in this game involves some type of math. And when I started playing this game at a young age, I really was not interested in math or numbers or anything like that at all. And figuring out how much XP it was till the next level, or how much money I needed for this, or what drop rate was that, I became addicted to math, and I loved math so much. I ended up becoming a supervisor at my local job, and at 17, by the way, and it was because I was so good with numbers, quick math, and just that's how it was. I had the relationship status there with learning from RuneScape. I had the math from RuneScape, and I went on to do a business degree from RuneScape, and I got a 95 in college math. It just became so much easier for me because of calculating all these formulas with RuneScape for pretty much my entire life. Like, I've played RuneScape for over half of my life now. It's got me addicted to numbers. Like, see these mining drops? Oh yeah, I love that shit. And it's also, got you to do problem solving. In the real world, there's going to be problems all of the time, and you're going to need to figure out how to solve them. Same with RuneScape, you know what I mean? New quest comes out. How am I going to solve that before anyone else does? Clue scroll comes. You get a clue scroll. How am I going to solve that? You know what I mean? I know it's a lot more basic with RuneScape, like with real life, there could be really bad things that are happening, and, you need to figure out how to do that. But like most people, just don't do it, give up, or, hire somebody to do it. Because we've looked up so much stuff in the past with RuneScape, we just give it a try now. Doesn't really happen to me much anymore because I have a new car, but back in the day when I had an older car, things would go wrong on it all of the time. And I would, look up videos on YouTube on how to fix it myself to save money. you know, and learn. You know, I've become addicted to learning because of this game. Before playing this game, I barely knew what the internet was, and ever since this game, I've, you know, been addicted to YouTube too, looking things up, and now I can't play this game without having a documentary up on my monitor, on my second monitor. Same with computers. I knew nothing about computers before, and I just was so in love with RuneScape that I play multiple accounts usually, and, you know, I record videos and stuff. So, you know, I went ahead and built a computer. I bought a pre-built and then changed a couple of parts and things like that, and set up all of my 3 monitors. You know, I set up this YouTube channel myself, and I learned it all from YouTube, and never would have known about YouTube if it wasn't for RuneScape. Keep in mind, I probably would have eventually found out, but I was, you know, 9 years old, and YouTube was just at the beginning stages when I first started playing RuneScape. So overall, like I said, this video is kind of serious, but, you know, video games are still bad for you. I don't recommend playing RuneScape, you know, 12 hours a day or anything like that, but there is a lot worse games that you could be playing. And yeah, so if you're, you know, your parents or somebody, your girlfriend, whoever says you're playing RuneScape too much, tell them that, you know, you're just bettering yourself. Anyways, I really hope you guys enjoyed the video today. The support on the channel has been amazing. I thank you guys for that very much, and I will catch you guys in the next video. See ya later.